Welcome everyone, new Dead White Volvo episode. Thanks for tuning in. I hope all of your Volvos are doing great. Drop me below in the comments, what Volvo do you drive? My Volvo 240 is driving again, and as you heard in the previous video, my alternator wasn't charging and my battery light stayed on. So I picked up a used alternator, I fixed it, and my car is driving again. So I'm very happy. But the thing I found on my job is this simple universal voltmeter. This thing has a light inside of it. You can see if your battery is charging and everything. And that's awesome to have in your car. And these Volvos come with two empty dashboard pads. You can get original Volvo 240 meters over there, like a fuel sender unit meter to check how much fuel you got in your car, which you already have over there. You can get a temperature gauge, you already have it over there. But you also can get a ref counter or anything else, like an oil pressure gauge. Those things are pretty expensive. And on most cars, original stuff is pretty expensive. So this video is going to be about how do you install a cheap aftermarket voltmeter inside of your car. And I have to address something because I know some people just wire these up with a connector between the wires and you can just turn it on with the flick of a switch. I'm gonna connect it to a different setup, and this will allow me to just turn the ignition on, and as soon as I turn this key, my ignition will turn on, my voltmeter will turn on. When I start the car, it will just hit that soft spot of 14.4 volts, and then it means my battery is charging. So let's go ahead, let's clean my shop first, and then we're gonna install this one. Let's see you later. So the thing I did is a very simple setup. I have a positive side on my battery, I have a negative side on my battery, and I have a cable which is connected to my voltmeter. And yeah, that's actually everything you need to connect a voltmeter. So as soon as I put my positive cable on my voltmeter, as you can see here, this thing lights up and is giving the voltage my battery is giving. So that's a working voltmeter. So let's go on to the next step. So the next step, as you saw in the previous part, our voltmeter is working perfectly. So how do you get this thing inside of your car? Well, my Volvo 240 has this black panel. This is a dashboard panel, and you can buy these with a previously cut out hole from the factory. Of course, I'm a budget guy and I have a budget. I do have the voltmeter and I have a very nice, just blank center cap. So what I need to do is fit this voltmeter with its ring to tension it. You can just apply these ones on anything you want. I have one in my boat, I am making one in my car right now. You can build this in any vehicle you want that has a battery. But yeah, I need to cut a hole in this panel and then we need to fit this thing inside of the car. But there's another problem. Let me show you. This is my radio panel and this is the place I want my voltmeter to go. So this panel fits right in there. But as soon as I put the ring on my voltmeter to tighten it, it doesn't fit anymore. So when I take the ring off, it's smaller, and then it just slides right in there. Of course, it doesn't need to be all the way in there. It needs to sit like this. So as I found out, my thread is coming right out of the hole. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna adjust this one. I'm gonna adjust this one. So I'm gonna cut a tiny edge off here, and I'm gonna make it work with my hole over there. So let's go inside and cut. So after some sewing, this is it. The ring is now, I think, centimeter or something smaller, half a centimeter, and it fits inside of there. As you can see, it fits better than before, and I think it's almost flush with the bottom panel, so I think we're good. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take this voltmeter and we're gonna make a hole in there, and we're gonna make sure it stays there. Let's go. And would you look at that? A perfect voltmeter installed into the 240, and it looks just awesome. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this voltmeter out, and this is very easy right now because I can do just this. And of course we need the wires. Now this is a fun fact. The black wire is actually the chassis of your car. So any metal piece that's connected to the frame of the car is actually your mass. So that's your mass cable. And on a gauge, you most of the time see a plus for the positive side, of course. And this weird icon is your mass, your ground. And that's actually the same as a car battery. You have your red wire, that's the positive, and the negative is your ground. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna find out which cable runs with my ignition. And of course those are most of the time your lights, but I can turn on my lights, and as you can see over there in my wall, I think you can see it, I can turn off my lights and they go on even when my ignition is off. So I need to find a wire that is connected to my ignition which I can connect to my voltmeter. If I don't do that, my voltmeter will be turned on always and I can't turn it off. So let's go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna find out which wire I need to pick out. See ya. So guys, I wired everything up. As you can see, here's my fuse box. And all these fuses were not connected to my ignition. And the way I found out is that if you don't have a voltmeter to check if your voltage is correct on that specific wire, you can also use a single use of a light bulb. This is a old light bulb from a car. I think it's from a Volkswagen Golf 4, and I cut it out, and I can use the wires to the ground and the blue one to the positive, and then it will light up. And yeah, I use this to find out which fuse is giving power as soon as I turn this thing on. And of course my seats are also doing that. So the thing I also could have done was wired to this one, but this one only works when I'm sitting on my seat and the seat belt is not connected, so that doesn't work. This one also works when my keys are out of the ignition, as you can see here. Now this is my these are my front high beam lights, so everything on here doesn't or isn't connected, I mean, with my ignition. So I needed to find another wire, and this red fuse down below here in my Volvo, you have just the same connectors. You have the same connectors as here. So I took my wire, which I showed you guys earlier, to just explain how a voltmeter works, and I took this one, I connected one of these slidable connectors on the positive wire, and yeah, that's it. So now my voltmeter is connected with my ignition, and when I move this stuff over, I can show you guys what happens when I turn on the car. As you can see, my keys are now out of the ignition, and as soon as I turn my key around, key is off, key is on, voltmeter turns on, starting the car, voltmeter drops a bit, and then as soon as I give some gas, giving up some gas, it starts charging, and there you have it, a working voltmeter. It's giving 13.5, almost 14 volts, so that's a perfect rating for your car battery. And yeah, that's actually all you need to do. So to install a voltmeter in your car, you actually just need 2 wires, and that's all. If you can find the wires you need, plug them in, connect your voltmeter to it, find a good location for it, of course, and then you're done. The other way to do it is just run 2 cables to your battery, and that's just the easy way. And then you can get one of those switches and just get that between your positive or your negative cable, and yeah, then it's on a regular switch. But yeah, that's everything you need to know. So drill a hole, put the meter in it, 2 wires, and you're done. That's everything. So that was this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're already subscribed to this channel, thank you. If you're not, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for the notifications, and you will get a notification every time a new video pops up. I will thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a huge thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next That White Volvo video. Bye bye.